Welcome to Royal Family Brief. The content of the briefing includes: The King believes in people, how a budding artist ended up on tour with Charles and Camilla. Kate Middleton's surprising response to child who asked who she was. The Matildas are entering their swift era, so what does that mean for them and for us? Prince George takes advice from William's staff as he plays sports. The Princess Royal interview: I'm not sure that rewilding at scale is necessarily a good idea. The King believes in people, how a budding artist ended up on tour with Charles and Camilla. Telegraph. The Prince of Wales has invited an artist to accompany him on his royal tour of Kenya and Ethiopia in order to document the trip. The artist, Philip Buta, will join the party at his own expense, and will use a graphite stick, sketch pad, and camera to document the sights and landscapes of the countries. Buta explained that art offers something different to photographs and videos, and said, "The public want to see work like this, to see that someone has taken the time to sit down and draw something, even if it's a still from nature. It's where life slows down and you can take time to appreciate something." Each artist on the royal tours has a different approach. Buta said that he had initially expected to focus on the King and Queen, but that the tour had changed his focus to the people of Kenya. The Prince of Wales has an extensive collection of art, and the work of the tour artist will be added to this. Kate Middleton's surprising response to child who asked who she was. The Independent. During a visit to a primary school in Scotland, Kate Middleton introduced herself to a group of children by saying, "Who am I? I'm married to William." The Duchess of Cambridge did not mention her royal titles, which is reportedly a deliberate decision as she does not want to outshine her husband, Prince William. Throughout her marriage, Kate has taken on her own work to advocate for mental health awareness and support parents. Meanwhile, William responded to a fan's question about whether it is tricky being a prince by saying, "It's tricky being a pilot." The Matildas are entering their swift era, so what does that mean for them and for us? ABC. The popularity of Australia's women's national football team, the Matildas, has skyrocketed in recent years, with their success on and off the field capturing the attention of fans across the country. The team's rise to stardom can be compared to the phenomenon of Taylor Swift, with their increased visibility and accessibility drawing comparisons to the celebrity status of the pop star. The Matildas' success has been carefully cultivated by Football Australia, which has invested in initiatives to promote the team and its players. However, the growing fame of the players has also come with challenges, including intrusive fans and media attention that has encroached on their personal lives. As the Matildas' popularity continues to grow, there may be a need for measures to protect the players' privacy, potentially mirroring the way the men's game keeps fans at arm's length. Despite these challenges, the Matildas' popularity shows no signs of waning, and fans are eagerly anticipating their next appearance at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. While the quality of the football may not be the main focus for many fans, the collective experience of seeing their idols in person is what truly matters. The swiftification of the Matildas has already begun, and their superstar status is likely to continue to rise. Prince George takes advice from William's staff as he plays sports. The Independent. Prince George, the oldest son of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, has started playing triathlon at his school, Lambrook School in Berkshire. George has been sharing tips from the sport with his classmates, according to Non Stanford, a former British triathlon competitor who was made a member of the Order of the British Empire at an investiture ceremony at Windsor Castle. George has also shown an interest in rugby and is being taught to tackle. His younger sister, Princess Charlotte, also plays rugby, according to her mother, Kate Middleton. The Princess Royal interview: I'm not sure that rewilding at scale is necessarily a good idea. Telegraph. Princess Anne has been the patron of the Whitley Fund for Nature, WFN, for 24 years. WFN is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. The charity awards 6 grants of £40,000 each to international winners, with £100,000 going to the winner of the Gold Award. The charity has given £20 million to 200 conservationists across 80 countries. The awards focus on community-led conservation projects. HRH is known as the hardest-working member of the royal family and is involved with over 300 charities, organizations and military regiments. Dame Deborah James inspired others with sheer force of her spirit, says William. The Independent. Prince William has paid tribute to Dame Deborah James, who died of bowel cancer in June 2022, during a pre-recorded clip shown during the Stand Up to Cancer live show. William described Dame Deborah as a special person who united and inspired others with her spirit. She set up the Bowel Babe Fund for Cancer Research UK, which has raised over £10 million, $14 million. William said that in the months before and after her death, the NHS saw a significant increase in the number of people being referred for bowel cancer checks. Protest on Armistice Day would be disrespectful, PM. BBC. UK Chancellor Rishi Sunak has criticised plans for a pro-Palestinian march on Armistice Day, saying they would be provocative and disrespectful. Sunak warned that war memorials such as the Cenotaph in London could be desecrated. Organisers of the march have said they have no intention of going near the Cenotaph on the day and are aware of the sensitivity of the date. The Metropolitan Police has said it is planning a significant operation and is in contact with the organisers, who have said they are willing to avoid the Whitehall area. Emotional King hears horrific stories of atrocities against Kenyans under British rule. Telegraph. King Charles III of Britain has met with descendants of Kenyans tortured and murdered by British colonial forces during the Mau Mau uprising in the 1950s. Charles expressed deepest regret for the atrocities committed against Kenyans during the colonial era, and insisted he wanted to hear firsthand from those affected. 5 community leaders, including the great-grandson of a Kenyan tribal leader executed in 1905, shared their experiences with the king. The British government has never formally apologized for its actions during the Mau Mau rebellion. Hello, viewers. It's your favorite observer from the six-dimensional world, Dr. Six. I hope you're all doing well and ready for another round of news from the royal realm. Let's dive right in. First up, we have the Prince of Wales inviting artist Philip Beuta to join his royal tour of Kenya and Ethiopia. Beuta will use his artistic skills to capture the beauty of the countries, offering a unique perspective beyond photographs and videos. It's wonderful to see art being appreciated and given a platform. Plus, the Prince's extensive art collection will now have a new addition. In other news, the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, surprised a group of children in Scotland by introducing herself as married to William, without mentioning her royal titles. It seems she wants to avoid overshadowing her husband and instead focuses on her own work advocating for mental health awareness. And speaking of William, he recently shared that being a prince can be tricky, but being a pilot is even trickier. Well, William, I'm sure flying high comes with its own set of challenges. Shifting gears to sports, the Matildas, Australia's women's national football team, are on the rise, capturing the nation's attention. Their success is being compared to the phenomenon of Taylor Swift, with increased visibility and accessibility. However, with fame comes challenges, such as intrusive fans and media attention. Let's hope measures can be put in place to protect the players' privacy, while still allowing fans to enjoy the experience of seeing their idols in action. The Swiftification of the Matildas has begun. Now, let's take a look at the youngest members of the royal family. Prince George has started playing triathlon and is already sharing tips with his classmates. Looks like he's following in his parents' footsteps, as his younger sister, Princess Charlotte, also plays rugby. It's great to see the royal children embracing different sports and staying active. Moving on to a more serious topic, Princess Anne, the hardest-working member of the royal family, has been the patron of the Whitley Fund for Nature for 24 years. The charity awards grants to conservationists across the globe, focusing on community-led projects. Princess Anne's dedication to conservation is truly commendable, and her involvement with over 300 charities and organizations is simply remarkable. Next, we have Prince William paying tribute to Dame Deborah James, who sadly passed away from bowel cancer. William described her as a special person who inspired and united others with her spirit. It's heartwarming to see the impact Dame Deborah had, raising over £10 million for cancer research. Her legacy will undoubtedly continue to inspire others. Let's move on to some news from the UK now. Chancellor Rishi Sunak has criticised plans for a pro-Palestinian march on Armistice Day, calling it provocative and disrespectful. While sensitivity around war memorials is important, it's essential to strike a balance between freedom of expression and respecting the significance of the day. Let's hope a peaceful resolution can be found. Lastly, King Charles III of Britain has met with descendants of Kenyans affected by British colonial forces during the Mau Mau uprising. The king expressed regret for the atrocities committed and wanted to hear firsthand from those affected. It's important to acknowledge and learn from history, even if it's painful. Hopefully, this will lead to greater understanding and reconciliation. That's all for today, folks. Remember, I'm always here to keep you entertained and informed about the royal happenings in the six-dimensional world. Now, it's your turn. What are your thoughts on today's news? Do you have any burning questions for me? Let's get the discussion going. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.